Good afternoon, evening, and morning, and welcome back to the channel. We are back with more Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Yes, we are back from the Monday stream that we missed because of my voice. Voice is doing much better today, so I was able to definitely go ahead and stream that missed for Monday. As far as yesterday, Spectrum was being a you-know-what to me last night, so I apologize for that, guys. So if the video was choppy last night, that's why. It actually cut off toward the last hour and a half that I was going to try to get through. So I did go ahead and do another hour while you guys were out. Dom and Winter, just so you know, if you haven't seen, you can see the end result of that Final Fantasy X stream regarding that one. We basically just went out and got to a pivotal part on that portion of the story. So there's a little bit more information on that one if you do want to go ahead and look at it to catch yourselves up. Like I mentioned before, regarding that one, it's probably going to be a couple weeks where we're back to that, because we got to do a lot of grinding in that one for the newest member that we have to our entourage regarding that one. But we are back with Phoenix Wright. Glad to see you're here, Dom. Glad to see you here as well, Winter. So glad your Wi-Fi is fixed. I know how that crap goes from yesterday, because I was having trouble like crazy yesterday, trying to even get anything going, so I'm glad we even got what we did get out last time when it comes to Final Fantasy. On the last time of this episode, though, we met Mask the Mask, as we found also out that Agent Andrews was going to go ahead and do something nice for the case that ended the last game, and they were going to go ahead and shine the light to the Faye family, and we were having a Omniphase essence, so to speak, on display, along with some Faye treasures at the Kurain village. Well, it turns out that we might have had a stolen urn from Ami, and Master Mask was told to be taking it. Well, it turns out he didn't take it, but because we found him not guilty on the robbery charge, we now accidentally put him at the scene of a crime. Another one, this time of a murder. What, you didn't think this is going to come as a murder? Come on. So now, we're going to do the resulting of that. So the plan tonight is to go ahead and finish case 2. And then for Monday, we'll start case 3, which is the last of the filler cases, so to speak, for the trilogy. Tomorrow we will be back also with Lost Judgments, and then Monday we'll be back to our normal schedule. Like I mentioned last night, starting on September 12th, the week of that, we should be a little bit better off as far as stream times. Don't know how earlier I can go. I know I'm usually off at 7:30 on Monday through Friday as of right now. But during that week of the 12th, I will actually be off at 5:30, which will give me a little bit more time to rest my voice. So I'm looking anywhere between 7:30, 8:30, somewhere around that range, to go ahead and stream, something like that. We'll see when we come up there and see how it goes that first week. We might do a 9 o'clock just for the first week, just to see how it goes, and then we'll transition to a little bit earlier stream times, which will allow me to go ahead and also stream a little bit longer for us, which is what we all want. Alright, but in the meantime, let's get back to Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations, the aftermath of finding Master Mask not guilty of robbery. Here we go, guys. October 13th, 3:30 p.m. Writing Company Law Offices. You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. Delight got arrested again. Well, supposedly Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office where the murder occurred. No way, Jose! I don't buy it! Well, the one who proved that Mr. Delight was there was Mr. Nick himself. At least from what I can understand. Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick. Well, how about we get started looking into the KB security murder, okay? Yeah, I hope everything's alright, man. I'm glad you'll be back on Monday, but hey, this is another stream day for us this week, which is awesome. They want to head back to Kurain Village for a little while, if it's alright. Sure, but why? I'm gonna bring the sacred urn back and have some people take a look at it. Might want to get the pink splotches off too. Just saying there, Pearl. Have somebody look into that. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with... No, Miss Maya, you should stay here. I want you two to spend some special quality time together. Full of love and happiness. Rose is so caught up in her fantasy she forgot there's a murder to solve. Take it and give him the pearls. Now remember, no fighting, okay? She's gone. Hope she doesn't run there like she did the first time she met us. Okay, Nick, time to get going on this murder investigation. What to do? What do you do now? It's kind of obvious. We should get out there and investigate the murder. Well, first we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located. Hey, why don't we ask Mr. Light? She should know. So I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles. Oh god, can you imagine Maya on a motorcycle? Motorcycle? You're not thinking of getting one, are you? Not the same little Maya used to be having with her dinky little bike, Nicky boy. Speaking of asking around, I've got a few questions of my own for Mr. White. Okay, well, let's make sure to go to the kitchen. Let's do leave the sacred urn back, huh? You bet! But there's something a little different about it. Don't question at me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? Yeah, you mean the pink splotches. Oh, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the urn in the poster. But the urn we got back says Ami, like it always used to. Oh yeah, you're right. I don't know what that's about. Well, so the vase has pink splotches on it. Yeah, I mean, you gotta get that wiped out. Surely weren't there before. I doesn't know, but 1 year ago, when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Ami's name into I Am. Aww. That repairer was one on mechanically unskilled little pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it. Is it better that urn a fake? Your pearls will find out about that once she goes back to Crane Village. Yeah, I suppose. Now let's think about it. Why hasn't he been back in Crane Village in a long time? So I guess people still go to Crane Village to do their training, right? Yep, if you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training. How have you been training lately, Maya? Well... Lately I've been thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that. A channeling dojo? Huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is. If you're gonna train, you have to be serious. Otherwise, real tragedies can happen. What happened last year still bothering you? Aw. That murder in our village happened because the power of channeling was misused. When a medium uses great techniques, she temporarily loses her own will. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That murder. It wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you? I suppose not, but... I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all. Sounds like being the Master Crane is going to be a heavy responsibility. Alright, well, so you said go to the lighthouse, so, or did we say his hideout? Alright, so move, and we need to go to here, apparently. October 13th, Master's hideout. Oh, Nicky boy! Maya! Mr. Light? All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie. Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case. Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating yourself up. And Yankee Boy, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly. Alright, I'll poke around and see what I can find out. Really? Are you serious? I want you happy. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help Wendy anymore. I had no idea Mr. Light had such a vulnerable side. Alright. Listen carefully, Nickel Boy. My Ronnie would never, ever kill anyone. Just that animal. I don't think he would either, Nick. Yeah, but you have to admit she's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and screaming, "Please die!" He would never say that. Hey, Mr. Light, he might not be a killer, but he's still going around saying that he's a thief. I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him. Mr. Light, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world. What? How dare you say that to me, Nicky Boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief. Ha! Very idea. Guess I just don't get it. Get what? I just can't understand how they can be so different and yet be such a happy couple. They sure are different. Come on now, Nicky Boy. Not that mysterious, is it? It's love at first sight. For me, anyway. What? For you? Okay. I'll say that to the end. In this case, I'd say that literally he's a weasel and he couldn't even give somebody a paper cut. These kind of people more than anything. Give me Ace Detectives. No, I'm fine with Ace Detectives. Oh, so then you must mean thieves. No, they're alright too. I can say thieves that pretend to be Ace Detectives. Something I hate more than cowardly men. By the way, why did you go to Detective Abney's office anyway? Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I wanted to try to find out more about the real criminal. The real criminal? Yes, obviously, the real Master is not my Ronnie, right? Yeah? Detective Abney knew more about Master than anyone else. They mentioned him on the Great People Around Town segment on TV. So then you went there to ask him some questions. That's right. I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. The secretary said, yes, it has visited right now. But I forced my way past it into his hideout. What exactly call that office is a hideout? My bag was sitting right there on top of the table. Oh yeah, we saw that bag there yesterday too. Nothing lower than someone who tried to commit a crime on someone else. Mr. Light, do you know about Kitty Security? Don't be silly, of course I do. Where my Ronnie works. So she thinks she still works there. Huh? Yet, according to what we heard today... Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron Light was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore. Looks like Mr. Light doesn't know. KB Security is only about 20 minutes away. By motorcycle, that is. When I go on top speed, I mean. They told me it takes 30 minutes by car. Well, I have to admit I tend to fly pretty fast on a bike. See? Told you, 20 minutes. Yeah. Maybe KB Security that nice. Are you sure you aren't really flying? I'll give you a ride sometime. Or better, how about now? No, I'll pass. Thanks. Really? I would. Yeah. Why don't you tell me where it is and we'll go ourselves? What a scaredy cat you are, Nick. Mr. Light told us the location of KB Security. Okay, let's head over there right away. Nick. Not yet. Love at first sight? So was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Delight? Well, maybe not at first sight. But Ronnie saved my life. Saved your life? I was at work one day when 2 robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind of just curling little balls or a corner, so I fought back. Robbers? Yes, they took me hostage. So frightened. Why are you happy while saying you're frightened being a hostage? They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke down into tears. Yeah, I would too if I were in that situation. Oh, I think I get it. Did Mr. Light come running to save you? Yes, exactly! I remember he looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. Here we see an artist's depiction of Princess Leia trying to kill some robbers. He went right up to those knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. Ah! Please stop it! He screamed. I can see robbers' faces turn pale. High-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people. When trying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the 2 robbers. How did you not get stabbed or something with that knife? All by himself? He came to save me, a total stranger all by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me. Wow. It's a great story. Yes, he may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did. So romantic! I'd fall in love too, I guess. Nick, I hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage. I already did that! With my that possibly always seems to loom in the not-so-distant future. Or in the past! Well, okay, sort of. I mean, it wasn't exactly the same thing, but yeah. Alright. Let's go to KB Security. It's here, apparently. I assume, because it can't be these other 3. Ugh. Whoa, look at this place. There was actually KB Security CEO's office. So I guess this is where it all went down, huh? The walls in here look thick, just like you expected to see his office. What's that got to do with anything? Hey, it's you guys! Oh, it's Detective Gumshoe. It was a real train wreck for you guys, huh? I'm sure it was, pal. That person could have made real fools out of us. Yeah, I feel for you. Wow, that's not like you at all. I thought you'd be more like... Well, that was great. You guys got what you deserve, pal. Or something to that effect. Do I really sound like the way to you, pal? If the gumshoe fits. Well, anyway. The point is I can tell when someone puts their heart into their jobs. And I can decide when things don't go your way. Sometimes I feel like wrong is the only way things go for detectives. Wow, no idea Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy. Now this little love fest is over. Maybe we can start investigating? Alright. Let's start the talking first. What happened? Tell us what you know about the murder. Okay. The thing is, I'm really not supposed to. Hey, come on, what about how we put our hearts into our work? Things are really working against us right now, and we need help. Okay, I'll tell you. So stop crying on you, okay, pal? Okay, I won't cry on you, pal. The victim's name was Kane Bullard. He looks like a CEO, doesn't he? He was the CEO of KV Security and a pretty big fella in his own right. The corpse was discovered at 9 this morning. His estimated time of death was 1 o'clock in the morning on October the 12th. The cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head, probably an object in this room. Pipe, maybe? Happened exactly at the same time that Master Mask was stealing the urn, huh? Time of death 10:12 at 1 a.m. caused cerebral hemorrhage from blunt trauma to the head. So why did it take almost an entire day to discover the body? There's a good explanation for that one. Bullard's body was stashed away inside the safe. Jeez. Is that the same safe that they opened at the beginning of the case? I don't know. Probably not. Safe. Well, it is a pretty big... No one has heard from him, and when they opened the safe this morning, out he came. Oh, so the body fell out. That white string must be the shape from when he fell out. I think we still need some more information about Mr. Billiard. Maybe we can start by getting his name right. So, what happened to Master Mask? He's at the detention center screaming like a madman. He gets me again! He keeps yelling. No, I didn't mean him. He's at the real thief anyway, right? Oh, you mean that detective at me? Oh, that was great. That guy got what he deserved. Now that's the detective guns who I know and love. Think about it. Abby was always around when a calling card showed up. But he's always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. I was hiding at the crime scene. Yeah, right. That's the latest thing I ever heard. How you just knew he was a thief. I would explain how he was able to retrieve the stolen item he keeps bragging about. Yeah, he just did that to make himself look like a great detective. That's all. There's just one thing I can't figure out about his first heist. First heist? Yeah, the Tear of Emanon case. There's a witness on that one. A witness? Yeah, check the newspaper clip. Since the thief is already under arrest, you guys can keep it. Stolen the gem and the thief. Hey, this guard here. Have I seen him somewhere before? It's pretty small, so it's kind of hard to see, but now that he mentions it... Article on Master Mask's first heist. That prosecutor! I really don't like that guy! The way he used our evidence to do what he did to Mr. Delight. Yeah, I think he did that way just because he knew he'd hurt more. That's what my gut tells me, anyway. But who's the Java addict, masked maniac, anyway? Prosecutor Godot. He's quite the enigma, huh? Thing is, pal, I never even heard of this guy before. He just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office. Came out of nowhere. Right, he said this was his first case as a prosecutor. It's true, according to the records anyway. But, no way he's an amateur. He's an Iceman in court. A matter that gives me goosebumps. Goosebumps? You? Yeah. I knew something was off about him, so I asked around. No one would talk to me. They all just turned the other way. What detective comes you? I had no idea you were so unpopular. No, that's not what I meant. Look at that guy actually knows me and has a grudge against me. Maybe he's hiding some kind of dark secret. Alright. Alright, so tell me more about this Bullard guy. Tell us more about Mr. Shane Bullard. That's Kane Bullard, not Shane Bullard, pal. Oh, she said Blue Bard. I didn't see that part. That's Kane Bullard, not Shane Blue Bard, pal. Oh yeah. This case just doesn't make much of an impression to me. Well, you were the victim up until Mr. Bullard was found dead. And his body wasn't discovered until this morning. And we don't have enough information yet. Can you just help us out? Sorry, I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just blabbing like an idiot right now. Okay, Nick. Now's your chance to get more information about the victim, so hurry up and ask. Oh, alright, they're gonna make you talk. Alright, the victim. Can you tell us more about Mr. Bullard? He's the CEO of KV Security, right? What kind of company is it anyway? Well, the company basically sends security teams out to the building to guard them. Mr. Bullard must have had the chance to learn a lot of secrets doing this kind of work. Oh, and I don't know how to put this, but the guy was kind of a money grubber. Really? Me too! I just love money! Can't ever get enough! Please stop leaning in toward me like that. You aren't getting to my wallet. Anyway, it looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions. Oh, so that's my problem. I need to be shiftier. Let me go already! Apparently he was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies. That's pretty dirty and underhanded. Yeah. Oh, KV Security used to head security operations against the guys in the mask. What, really? Yeah, and after screwing up so many times, the company's reputation really took a nosedive. So it really was Bullard who sent Ron the blackmail letter. Interesting. Alright, let's examine some stuff. Alright, first thing's the obvious thing, the safe. Ew, think about it. That guy was laying here all night. Yeah, oh, by the way, don't bother asking about fingerprints. There were none. Oh, somebody opened this safe on the night of the crime, right? Yeah, and so? Well, Mr. Bullard's body was hidden in here. It must have been that it was opened by either the killer or the victim, right? Yeah, I guess so. I got some bad news for you, pal. You ready? Okay, shoot. Opening the safe is no piece of cake. There only have two people who know how to open the safe out. Yeah, and? Everyone that knows how to open the safe is an airtight alibi. I checked. Everyone except one, that is. Ron DeLight, right? I was afraid to ask. Former security chief, Ron DeLight. Yeah, I kind of figured. What? Ron DeLight, he's a security chief? Ron, so he knew how to open the safe, huh? Yeah, sorry for raining on your parade there, pal. You don't have to laugh about it. Right. Let's look at our skits, Alec. It's rogue. You think he fell out of the safe when it was open? I don't think so. So you mean... Yeah, I think this thing shows where and how the force was lying. You mean... the victim... he was killed by being crushed by the safe door? She can't be serious. Can she? Can she? Alright, oh, okay, what's this? Why is this big thick binder here? You the heavy lifting to me, Nick. This out isn't exactly backbreaking work, just a little hard on the eyes. Ah! What did you find out, Nick? So, not about any sort of security operations or anything. This is files about Mask to Mask, filled with info on them. What? What kind of info? Filled with incredibly detailed information about his methods in the crime scenes. Nick, look at the last page. The list. Let's see. Tier of Emanon, $100,000. This is like a list of all the treasures in the Mask to Mask stall. So then $100,000 is the value of the stolen item? I don't know, that number sounds kind of low to me. I think I better secretly make a copy of this list. Kane's list added to the court record. Alright. These are like some kind of bookshelf rolling cabinet hybrid. Ugh, I can't get in between these two shelves. Don't see yourself trying. Looks like the shelves are controlled by a special panel. So this is one shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're filled with bunches of files. Yeah, files filled with data about security jobs that you're hired to handle. They're nice reading, if you got insomnia. I was hoping for something a little more exciting, like UFOs or something. Alright, the desk. Let's do the CEO's desk. A lot simpler than I would have thought. It looks like a super soft chair. Let me try it. Ow, just for a second. Ooh, nice. I feel just like a CEO. Hey, you! We'll be able to cover some really sensitive important scenes with good scones. Move it! Ah, this is the life. The victim sat in that chair just before he was brutally killed, you know. Eek! Oh, Maya, we love you. Wow, look at that huge Frank photo. Tall mountains rising majestically against a dark and cloudy sky. Title written at the bottom of the photo. The greatest sunrise of my life. This is it? This was his best sunrise? Either this guy didn't get out enough, or he had really rotten luck with the weather. Maybe he lived a little longer, he would have seen some better days. Is this something? Okay, that's part of that. So the only thing is... Oh, this is something? Okay. Make sure... Yep, okay. You know what's gonna happen. Go ahead and push it, Maya. Oh, there's a button here. Let's see. There he comes. Hey, cut it out! Don't press that! That was pretty funny. I never knew you had the gun to jump like that. What is that button anyway? It's an emergency buzzer. It says it right there on the panel. Oops, you're right. It's written right there. Well, how many times have I told you to read the instructions first? This alarm's connected to the basement guard room. It used to summon security up here. Really? It's possible on the night of the crime. Oh. So when the CEO was tapped, do you think that maybe he pressed the buzzer? Yeah, I thought about that, so I asked around down there. So they said that the buzzer never went off that night. So we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Mr. Bullard, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way, just so you know. I think we better go and talk to that guard about this emergency buzzer. The office buzzer. Connected to the basement security guard office, there are no fingerprints on it. Okay. Alright, let's also ask about this. See if Gunther knows anything about this. About this blackmail letter. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about it, too, pal. Why would King Bullard be blackmailing Rhonda Light anyway? Well, Mr. Light used to work at KB Security, right? But what was it that made him quit? I think that's it. Maybe that's the same reason he's been blackmailed. Well, I'm in the middle of investigating that right now. Oh, alright. Really? That's all that gave me? Okay, I thought we might get something with that. Security room! October 13th, KB Security Guard Office. Wow, this is really something else. For security guard office, that sure doesn't feel very secure. KB Security Guard. Oh, I just remembered. Larry might be... Hey, Nick, what's up? Oh, God. So he is here. Yo, how's it hanging, dude? You got my sweet little Maya with you, too. Hi, Larry. Here I was working my fingers to the bone. And in walks an angel. I got no problems with a daytime date. It's all good. Now that's not what we're here for. We're What's the Bullard murder case? Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. You're a lawyer, aren't you? Jesus Christ, Larry. So hopelessly clueless. Well, it's about the murder case. Boy, have I got some good info for you. Really? What is it? Well, I don't mind sharing with my sweet little Maya. But this here is a different story. Wait, I thought you two were old school buddies. That was in This Is Now. The hell does that mean? Okay. Good info. So what's this good info you were talking about, Larry? Oh God, I'm a pro. I can't just give away the information for free. You want a bribe? I thought professors were more, I don't know, honest? Can you talk to Maya? Hey, tell us already. What's the good info? Hey, I like that. This game has got some claws. Okay, you really want to know? Yes, so tell me. Okay, so the thing is, Ron Delaney was an employee here. And naturally, since I'm a pro, I look into his background. Follow me? Yeah, you're a pro. I follow you. Go on. Well, 1 year ago, Ron Delaney was fired. 1 year? Holy crap. And there was no warning at all. It just happened all of a sudden. I know this is a small company, but I think that was pretty awful. Guess he must have done something bad to have gotten fired like that. Like he's skipping out of work to go pick up hot chicks or something. No, that's just you. So, what is it like to be a part-time security guard? Let me tell you, it's tough. Well, you know me, I get by alright, I guess. But I have to keep my eye on those monitors all the time. Monitors? There's security cameras set in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are gonna fall out. Oh. If I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams. What teams? The security teams for this company. They're supposedly the best in the business. But I'm no amateur either. So if it's something small, I don't bother calling them. So in other words, you basically watch TV streams all day. You were in the office when the murder took place, weren't you? Why do you say that? This is a part-time job for me, and I can't operate the equipment. And I'm dumb. And there's a part-time, and you are dumb, you're still in charge of security here. Hey, give me a break, don't try to pin the whole thing on me! God dear, Nick! Huh? I don't think he can expect someone like him to take any responsibility. Anyway, the point is, you were here that night, right? Okay, well that's a yes. Oh man, I knew something smelled bad, and it was the butts after all. Well, it's like I always say, that was then and this is now, okay? Some people think I can afford to dial it back when I go after a lady. This guy makes me almost... Yeah, no kidding. You look celibate? Yeah, absolutely. Looks like I'm gonna have to break his cycle. Like, please tell me I can do this now. I don't want to have to freaking do this. Alright. Let's just see if we can do this now. Larry's not one of my favorite characters, guys. Sorry. Ugh. Night of the crime. On the night of the crime, were you working hard like you were supposed to? Well, of course I was! Why would I have been? But didn't you sneak out to work just yesterday to go see Miss Delight? But that was... This is this. Is there any chance that you snuck out and work last night, too? Never. I didn't sneak out. I'll tell you what. I'll even bet you $1. $1, wow. Now that's confidence. What's with that dish in the ring puppy look on your face? You have anything I left my position, or are you just pulling my chain? Oh, it's gotta be the wallet, right? Now, you did return it to the Delight family after all. Swan, you know about this, right? Never seen it before. Liar. You hand-delivered this wallet to Miss Delight just yesterday. Give me a break. You can't expect me to remember every little thing that happens. Well, I do expect you to remember something that happened yesterday. What time was it when you found this wallet? Guess it was around 1 in the morning on the first floor of the company building. 1 o'clock in the morning? That's right. In other words, Larry, at the time of the murder, you were away from your security guard office. Ah! Yeah, but there's something you didn't think about. What's that? My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. The murder might have snuck in before then. What do you mean by that? If the murder snuck in before 10 p.m., then it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift was before mine. Why do I have the feeling that he still doesn't get the seriousness of all this? Listen up, Larry. We know beyond a shadow of doubt that the killer struck into the CEO's office after 10 p.m. during your shift. The key card, right? Yeah. Found in Ron's wallet used on October 12th, the night of the crime at 1 a.m. Larry, when you use this key card, does it leave a record? Yeah, it does. I can't show you the record to just anyone you know. That keycard data was already made public in the trial today. What? I didn't know that! Any kind of request for info like that is supposed to go through me. Boy, does that sound a bit arrogant coming from a part-time guard. Anyway, according to the data, the door to the CEO's office was opened with this card. Furthermore, it was the most definitely used at 1 a.m., the time of the murder. No way! Yes. Someone used this to get into the CEO's office. That happened at 1 a.m. on the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift. Larry, you can't duck your responsibility this time. Yeah, no! Good. So glad I don't have to look for clues for him. Ooh, I knew it. It's all my fault. It's my fault that the boss was killed. My fault. There's nothing I can do. I have important issues to deal with too, you know, with two-man. I have important issues to deal with two-man. Sorry about that reading of that, guys. What happened that night anyway? My Donna happened. Oh God, she broke up with Donna, right? Donna? I got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, my Donna called and said, I have to talk to you right away. Yep, she broke up with him. So I went to see her and he was sitting right next to her. Oh, okay, so I was sort of right, but not the way I thought. Who was? My new boyfriend! It's like some horrible joke. Before I knew what was going on, the guy socked me right in the kisser. Maybe I'm the one that does the punching. Isn't that right, Maya? Yeah. So is that why you left the security guard office? Ah! I'm sorry! It's not my fault! How can I ever make it up to you for it, Nick? What can you... What? You showed up on the floor crying like a baby. Oh, boy. Nick! Is there anything I can do? Anything. Just name it. I'll do whatever I have to make up for it. I swear I will. Larry? And Nick, as long as he's offering, why don't you show him the evidence we got? Huh? She's right. Maybe we'll get at least one bit of useful information from him. Nick! You know what I could have read that line as? Remember remember Zootopia? If you guys see Zootopia, there's a D&D sign with the sloths. I could have read that one like that. Nick. Underrated movie, guys. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Okay. So what are they talking about? Oh, probably the buzzer, right? Oh, yeah, I was thinking the buzzer, right? Maybe that's what they're talking about. The freaking Larry was gonna stop the guy from getting killed. Yeah, exactly. The buzzer in the CEO's office is directly connected to this room, right? That's right. Just like my heart is connected to yours, Maya. Huh? Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. I promise I'll come running to your rescue, like the professional guard I am. Wow, that was pretty good. Thanks, I tried. Where were you last game when she was held hostage by a certain individual, huh? Huh? Didn't see you in the whole case at all, Larry. What for that whole game, for that matter? Do you think you can tell us about the buzzer now? Yes, please. Please tell us. Okay, I guess so. Prepare to be wowed. You think when you present that, they would actually just go ahead and tell you that you haven't seen talk to this? But that's not the way to do it. Alright, emergency buzzer. I'm actually pressed the buzzer earlier. Yeah, I heard it. So that was you, huh? You're a security guard, aren't you? Why did you come to the CEO's office? Well, this is the third floor of the basement. The CEO's office is on the first floor. I thought it would be a good idea to, adopt a wait-and-see approach. Larry. Plus, there's a police detective here, right? I just didn't think it was necessary. He's trying to win an award for the laziest person on the planet. And that's saying something. I'm trying to vie for that job. Of course, I can't really do that being a life insurance agent, but, you know, I tried to. Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? Is it true that the buzzer didn't go off that night? It must be a record, right? You must have had a look at it, right? Of course I did. And I couldn't possibly have made a mistake either. Cue the mistake in 3, 2, 1. You think you can take just one more look pretty please? Oh, okay. I just can't say no to you, Maya. Okay, now it's 3, 2, 1. What do you think, Nick? Probably right. I don't think even Larry could make a mistake like that. Wah! He made a mistake. Yeah, I kind of figured. What's wrong? I made a mistake! Huh? But how? It can't be. It's impossible! Okay, enough already. What about the records? That night it went off just once, in the morning, at around 1 a.m. 1 a.m.? That's when the murder happens. Really? You serious? It's terrible. It can't be. Buzzer record added to the court record. Buzzer went off once at 1:02 a.m. on October 12th in the CEO's office. Alright, let's look around here. That's my workstation. Pretty cool, huh? I keep a steady eye on the monitor to use the mic for communicating. What's equipment? Must be hard to operate. No biggie. I think there's an instruction manual somewhere in this room. Somewhere? Instruction manual? What are you gonna do in an emergency? Well, I guess I'm probably looking for the instruction manual. During that time, my partner, the old lady, would calmly look for her reading glasses. That's what a security professional calls teamwork. Even Maya and Pearls could run this place better. Hey! What's that supposed to be? Those readings there show what's going on all over the building. Everywhere. I try to keep a steady eye on all of them. I'm getting so smug if I were you. Can you watch regular TV on these two? Anyone sitting and watch TV instead of working is Larry. Hey, Matt, I'm a pro, okay? Sorry, you can't get regular TV on it. How do you know that, Larry? I tried. Yep, I knew it, because that was my first bit of investigation, if you know what I mean. I know what you're thinking. It was a professional investigation, alright? Sure it was. Wow, take a look at these things here. Hey, Larry, what are they? Did you say, Hey, man, tell me I have to know what they are to do my job. I was thought they would do some kind of decoration or something. Oh, boy. How did this guy ever do a job here anyway? Hey, Larry, that's your jacket, isn't it? That's right. Did you know you hung it right on top of some kind of lever? Yeah, sure, I was told to never ever touch that lever. She scowled and huffed at me. Scowled and huffed? Oh, God. Something terrible will happen if you do. Got it, Greenhorn? Why hang your jacket on touching one lever? You got me curious. If the jacket's weight pulls the lever down, that's what they call an accident. Doesn't that suspense just kill you? Don't you want to know what'll happen? Huh? Sure, it's killing me too. What about you, Nick? Yeah, but for a different reason. That's my partner seat. Your partner? Well, that's what I call her. She's my superior, actually. Kind of a weird old lady. There's tea spilled all over that machine, you know. Oh, don't worry about it. Just the other day I spilled some chocolate milk on mine. So works fine, more or less. You really know how to build them, I guess. Okay. What is this? Something is written on this poster in fine print. A guard's 5 commandments. Wow, this sounds serious. Let's see what it says. 1. Obey thy superior. 2. Respect thy superior. 3. Smile at thy superior. 4. Salute thy superior. 5. Buy donuts for the superior upon command. Signed. Oh my God. Signed, Wendy Olback, head supervisor. Oh God. She's back! She's one tough old bird, let me tell you. Cross her and you go face a real genuine ray gun. Oh God, she has that thing back still, too. Yeah, sounds scary, alright. Well, unfortunately, she's on vacation. Thank God. That's why I'm so relaxed right now. Oh God. Ugh. Okay, I think we're pretty much done here. I think we're done with Steve's office. Now, we've been to these two places, so let's go here. Well, that explains everything. Overlooking Lord Taylor Manning Exhibition Hall. The Treasures of Korean exhibit is all ruined now. Maya. I'm sorry, I'm just so sad. It's a big chance for everyone to learn about Sphere Channeling. Maybe we can tear up somehow. Well, now that we got the secret urn back, maybe they can reopen it. Really? Sure, maybe we can label the Urn of Master Master's Desires. That would probably attract a lot of attention. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! That's brilliant, Nick! We can clean up and be filthy rich! Woohoo! Wow, that was surprisingly easy. Alright, I don't think we'll see anything here, so let's go to the basement. October 13th, Lord Lake Taylor Basement Warehouse. Adrian! Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright! Miss Andrews. What's you still hanging around here down here for? So, how's it going? What about the secret urn? The urn? Oh, that. It's been taken care of already. What do you mean, oh, that? Taken care of? Do you mean it's been found? Yes! It was brought in during the trial today. Wow, really? You really are the greatest, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it. Hey, shh. It was Master Mass's wife that found it. Well, anyway, I'm so relieved. I was kind of hoping the way Adrian was written after it, and I know why she didn't do it, but I really kind of wish she would have been brought on as a full-time member of our team somehow. Maybe like a secretary for us or something. I think that would have been really cool for her. I mean, I understand why they did it that way, but it's still pretty cool. I just heard all about it on the news. That detective was actually the thief all along. It's that way right now. It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring Mr. Master to guard the treasures. Don't blame yourself. You're just doing your job. Hey, Nick. She wants to apologize. She just let her. So, when was it that you hired Detective Abby again? About 20 days ago. And when was it that Master Max's calling card arrived? That was about 10 days ago. So he sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard. Guess that's it then. Detective Abby must have really wanted that secret urn after all. Guess so. What? So Master Max murdered someone as well? Well, that's how things look right now. Yes, but I thought that he was here stealing the urn at the time. Well, we're talking about a criminal mastermind, so anything's possible. Yeah, let's get down to business already. On the night of the theft, did you notice anything suspicious about Detective Abby? No. Couldn't have. After all, he was hidden in the entire time. I never even caught a glimpse of him. But how can you not with that nose? You know? Look at that nose. And that stupid monocle eye of his. He cleans out the way he always operates. That's what he says so he can have an alibi while he commits the theft himself. Yeah, he was caught in the crime scene photo dressed up as Master Max pretty well. Too bad you got your chicken earned back. Yes, but there's still something that bothers me about it. What is it? I'm not exactly sure. But somehow the urn that came back seems different. Really? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miss Andrews? No, I don't know anything! Well, why would I? Really? Cyclops. What do you think this means, Nick? It means the person that holds the secret to this mystery of the sacred urn. It's our very own Miss Andrews. Alright, we'll come back to you. I don't think we have enough for you. Let's see. Okay, well, we haven't gone there, but I don't want to go there yet. Let's talk to Ron. What the hell? Attention, sir. Number 13, attention, center visitor's room. Ah, Mr. Wright! Mr. Blight, did they finish their interrogation? Yes, but please don't leave me alone anymore! lied to us before, didn't you? Well, you see, on the same night the sacred urn was stolen from Lily Taylor department store, a blackmail letter you got summoned to use KB Security to hand over some money. And then that's where the CEO, King Bullard, was murdered. But there's only one Rhonda Light, am I right? So the only question is, where were you that night? You said I want to hear the whole truth. Your life depends on it. Okay. Mask. But do you still insist that you're our mask? Is that what I've been saying since yesterday? That was a quick response. Tell me about it. You know, I'm starting to get irritated. But listen, Mr. Light. At the trial today, we learned the true identity of the thief, didn't we? Take a look, everyone! I nailed the final rival worthy of my deeds. I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. Guess it's true. I wasn't the one who stole the urn. Of course not. I thought you weren't keeping security at the time. So the person dressed up as Master Master is this photo. Gotta be the detective at me. So that night, you didn't go to Lily Taylor, you went to KB Security, right? Yes. I went to KB Security at the time the blackmail note said I should. Alright, what happened next? Well, I used to work there, so I knew where the CA's office was. I knocked, but there was no answer. So then I used the keycard to unlock the door. Probably when he dropped his wallet. When I went in to see his office, someone was in there. Well, yeah, King, right? Someone. And suddenly they bashed me over the head. BAM! Was it King Bullard that hit you? No, did you see it? The sprite? I don't know. The person ran away while I was still stunned. When I came to my senses, the sight I saw left me speechless. The dead body of the CEO was right there in front of me. I thought I died myself. Anyway, I thought I should do something with the body. So that's why you put it in the safe. Yes, that's right. I used to be the chief of one of the security teams, so I knew how to open it. Okay, and what did you do after that? Well, got out of there for starters. I was the one who set up the security cameras in that building. So I knew how to avoid being spotted by them. Nick? All of a sudden, Mr. Light kind of sounds like the murderer to me. Please don't say that. But is it true that you, 1 year ago, you were forced to quit KB Security? Ah! How did you... I'm begging, please don't tell Desi! Please! Don't worry, we haven't told anyone yet. Whew, thank goodness. No, I am... I suppose I'll have to tell for some time. Find out eventually. Why have you been hiding it from her anyway? Desi was a spy here if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. A criminal, a thief. She'd never forgive me. My marriage would be over. Knowing that, why did you become a thief in the first place? Because Desi spends money like it's water. There's no job in the world that can bring in enough money. Except being a thief. At least that's what I thought anyway. You became Master for Desiree, huh? Okay. Where is this? I do want to know... Let me see what he says about this. Let me see what he says about this first. So, will this blackmail letter written by KB's CEO, King Bullard? I think so. Probably. You can only get into the city's office if you have a key card. And the blackmailer said it communicated security. No one other than Mr. Bullock could have written the letter then. Hey, this is an article about my debut heist. Oh, that was a tough one. Before I knew it, they were hot on my trail. But Master Mask, he must have gotten away, right? Since the article that he disappeared. Right. I got a sudden burst of inspiration. I hid my Master Mask costume in a nearby plastic bucket. And I quickly changed into my security guard uniform. Oh my god, that is Ron. Pretty clever, eh? Wow, awesome! Hey, hold the phone! Regarding this photo, is this you, Mr. Light? That's right. Let's check if I do say so myself. It's easy to figure out. Even pros can see through that in a heartbeat. Newspaper clipping update in the court record. But as you might expect, Detective Abney found the disguise. He truly deserves the title of ace detective. Detective Abney found the Master Mask disguise? That's interesting. Yes, and I heard that he brought it home with him. That's it. That's when Abney got his hands on this. Thanks to that, I got the chance to remake my costume. It was really time-consuming, huh? Yeah, it took quite a while to complete. Anyway, a few days after that, I received the first of the blackmail letters. Blackmail letters? You got them starting when? Tell me more, now! Hey, calm down. Don't get so worked up. This blackmail letter, is this the first one you got? No, of course not. But this is the first one that ever called me out to a specific location. So, did you say receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes. Just a few days after the Peter Eminent heist. That first letter, it said, I know you did it. So someone found out about your true identity, just like that? It's not easy being a master thief, you know. I got proof that it was you, so give up, he went on to say. So in the end, I had to give up the treasure I went through all that trouble to steal. Is that right? Hey, hang on a second. What do you mean you had to give it up? Oh, don't worry. After I put the jewel in the safe deposit box the letter specified, someone sent me $10,000. It wasn't anything about me being worried, you know. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. Plans? What are these plans you're talking about? They were instructions on how to steal a crown or painting or some other rare treasure. They showed security blind spots, escape routes, and even suggested training methods. So you mean that the one who planned the heist wasn't you? No, it wasn't. I only planned the very first one. After that, I received plans from some very kind person, incredibly detailed plans. Seems like Mr. Delight is thankful to the person that was blackmailing him. So Ron Delight was the mask after all? But someone else is behind the thefts. Someone who planned them all out in detail. All I had to do was deposit the treasures I stole into the safe deposit box. Then I just waited for the cash to come in the mail. Did you try not to look so gleeful about it? So you went after the sacred urn because of one of those plans, too. Well, see, truth is I had never seen the urn. All I did was follow the instructions and steal what I was told to steal. So, like, is everything you just told me the truth? Yes. Please don't tell Desi, okay? I'll tell you, from the Master's second heist on, he was stealing as directed by blackmail letters. Ron, before we go, there's one more thing I want to ask you. Yes, but please don't hurt me. Mr. Kane Bullard, do you swear that it wasn't you who killed him? Yes, of course! I'm not lying! All I did was hide his body in the safe. But then I was afraid they discovered what I did, so I turned myself in yesterday. Why? Well, if the judge had ruled that I was guilty of robbery, then I'd have an alibi, right? I guess so. You're really clever, Mr. Delight. I have no choice but to take Mr. Delight at his word. Mrs. Maya! Hey! Pearly! I'm back! Hey, Pearls. So what have you been up to this whole time? Take care of it, Mr. Nick. I took it back to Korean Village to have it examined. And what did you find out? Well, there's no need to worry. They said it's realer. Whew! That's a relief. I was really worried. But there's one small problem. Problem? These few little pink splotches? Yeah. They said that it's paint, and that they were put on the urn recently. Why are we talking about pink splotches again? What's the big deal? Scary, tear this place apart until you found those plans and bring me the killer. I want him alive. It's a big deal. We gotta find out how they got there. That's the big deal. Yes, Mr. Nick. We gotta find out how they got there. Okay. We'll go find out how they got there. Please don't forget about me. They earned the kill. Please file into the court record. Found out his office covered in pink splotches, but it's a genuine article. Alright, I think we've got everything. Let's see if we can... Do we have the pink spots for the urn back? I wonder if that's going to be enough to get Adrian. That was there. That's all. Like, where the hell is it? Warehouse. Alright. Oh, October 13th, Lordly Killing Basement Warehouse. Oh, Pearl! How nice to see you! Hello there! Haven't seen you around lately. What have you been up to? Well, actually, I was having this urn examined. Oh, I see. Maybe we take another good look at this urn. We can figure out the mystery of what actually happened here. Nick, let's look around one more time. Okay. Alright, what are we looking for? Alright, let's just do everything again, because I don't know what it's gonna be. This is the camera and computer that Detective Abby set, huh? What he said. But you still love to take a picture of it. It's not as smart as you pretend to be. You wanted to learn the tail, so you knew if you couldn't tamper with it. So then why would Master Mask, allow that to happen? Apparently prison security is fine with just letting a little kid just waltz in there. Yeah, hey! We let infants on weekends for free. Oh, okay, so we did this already, okay. Alright. So we did that. Is that part of a big signboard? All I can read it is the burr. Ah, got it. You're supposed to say hamburger. Oh, that's the hamburger joke. I remember this, okay. Look, there's something about it that's bothering me. That's about to say, where was it? Looks like there's some pink paint on it too. It's definitely the same color as the stuff from the urn. I don't know how the paint got on it now. Alright, let's investigate again now. Unbox. A wooden box that had the sacred urn and it has pink paint stains on it. Somebody said he got hit on the back of the head with this by the thief. That was obviously a lie. turned out that Atme was the real thief. It's so hard to believe. I even feels really bad about it. I'm gonna take full responsibility and fix that sword myself. I know I don't look it, but I have complete confidence that I can fix it right up. I promise I'll fix it so you never knew it was dead in the first place. Please be gentle with it. Alright, well, well, that's new. Okay. Get these out of the way. Alright, once I just went to that. Alright. I'm just doing this now just to get this out of the way. Alright. And then we'll do the yeah, it was right next to the door, wasn't it? Well, if someone moved it, it was probably Master Master. We didn't like being watched by missing Ami while we stole the urn. Hey, cut it out. Who'd be the creeps with that kind of talk? Alright, now let's go to the stuff that we really need. Looks to me like it's been dry for several days. There's something suspicious about this paint mark. The bottom left part of it is shaped oddly and it's shockingly pink. Mr. Nick, maybe that this old shape is... Yep, I'm pretty sure this is it. Ah! That's the box the sacred urn was in. If you look here, there's a little bit of paint on the box as well. Wow, you're right! Look, it matches! What is it, Mr. Nick? This is all turning out exactly like I thought it would. Pretty much edit to the court record. Completely dry, the box of the sacred urn fits in the cap perfectly. I think it's all starting to become clear. We're that much closer to solving the mystery of what happened to the urn. Alright, I think I got enough for you here, Adrian. I think. The Sacred Urn. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the Sacred Urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. The urn was submitted before the court yesterday. It's actually not the same urn as before. Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be a fake. A fake. You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence that urn was submitted? The trial was genuine. Yeah. It told us when Pearls gave it to us back. It's the genuine article. Take that! Sorry to break it to you, but the urn is the genuine article. Pearls went back to Corinne Doge and had it examined. Is that right? That's nice, but I don't see how... What you discovered was that the urn had been broken again. Did you say... again? Yes. It was broken once a year ago. And now it looks like the same thing has happened. And quite recently, too. Recently? Are you saying that this urn was broken recently? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know? Where's the picture that said that I am? This one? Yeah, that one. Take that! This poster. It was made recently, right? Ah! The poster is for the exhibit. At the time when this photo was taken, the urn said, I am on it. But now, for some mysterious reason, it says, Ami on it. When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed. Ah! I am. What does that even mean? I don't know anything about that. I wasn't even there when the photo for this picture was taken. That was a mistake. Now, tell me the truth. Wait! 4? Even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it. Huh? Yes, that's it. It must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened. She's not going to give up that last Cyclops so easily. Do you have any proof the urn was broken here at Lordly Taylor? Yeah, the paint marks. Sorry, but the paint marks.
Take that!
Well, Miss Andrews? What is this supposed to mean? There's a pink paint all over this urn. And there's a pink paint all over the floor and walls of this basement warehouse. In other words, this urn was broken here. Can't weasel out of this one, Miss Andrews. But... Uh-oh. She's trying to make her escape. But you can get pink paint anywhere! Well, there's none of it in my office, that's for sure. Well, there is in my room. Liar. How do you know? Anyway, the paint on the urn and the paint on the floor. Don't prove that it's the same paint. Come on, this is getting ridiculous. Proof linking the paint of the urn to the paint on the floor is... Where's the box at? There it is.
Take that!
This box. The urn was stored in this, right? Yes, that's right. Well, there's pink paint on the box as well. Ah! I think you already know where I'm going with this, don't you? Yes, more or less. The paint on the floor has an odd shape imprinted in it, doesn't it? Yes. If you put this box into the impression in the paint, you can see it fits perfectly. Which means this box was dropped right over there. And that is when the urn was broken. Your name does your justice, Mr. Wright. I'm so sorry. I was the one who broke the urn. Or does this make me feel like some sort of evil school teacher? What a terrible person. Not only did I break it, but I tried to hide what I did. Well, that's not so hard to understand, is it, Pearly? No, not at all. I know just how she feels. Happened about 2 weeks ago. Just after the poster photo was taken on the same day the urn arrived here. I thought I'd put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box. When I tripped on a paint can and lost my balance. Aww. The box I was carrying crashed to the ground. I heard a terrible noise and I thought my heart was going to stop. Feeling the worst, I opened the lid on the box and that's when it happened. The broken pieces of the urn fell out of the box and landed right in the paint. I was in shock. And then I could scream. I can totally see how that could have happened. Yes, let me just see as I'm sure Maya understands. Well, I knew it was the most important treasure in all of Crane Village. So I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big. And that's when the IN got changed to Ami. I didn't know how it was originally written. But any sane person fixing it would have assumed it said Ami. Any sane person? Really? Aww. Pearls. She said she wasn't very good at spelling. Anyway, I put the urn into the storeroom and no one had seen it since then. Broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago, then replaced in its box, kept out of sight. But there's something I don't get. When we first came here, I didn't see any paint stains. Well, that's because it was so ugly and embarrassing. I used the golden statue to cover it. Ah, the Ami face etcher, aha! The first time that we came down here, it was on the night that the sacred urn was stolen. But Mr. Nick, there were no paint marks on the walls or floor or the warehouse when we were here. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the Mountain Painting Hall. And I always thought the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I see. Now it makes perfect sense. But there's still one thing I find strange. What is it, Pearl? The day after the urn was stolen, we came here again. At the time, the statue had been moved and the paint was clearly visible. He's right about that. Well, Miss Andrews? What? I don't know anything about that! I placed it there to cover the paint, so why would I move it again? Well, who was it? Who would have done it and why? On the day before the theft, the statue was definitely closer to the door. Then the next day, it was moved. But why? Omni-Face golden statue updated in the court record. Carried to the basement warehouse the day of the crime, moved again that night. It looks like there's some connection between the Sacred and the murder case. Why? Why do you think so, Nick? Because that night, the real thief, Ron DeLite, was at KB Security. So then why did another mask-to-mask show up here? A lot of different things are pointing to one undeniable fact. One undeniable fact? The murder trial is starting tomorrow, but it looks like that thief is going to be making another appearance. To be continued. Stage progress? Absolutely. Yes. Let's go. October 14, 9:41 a.m. District Court defendant lobby number 4. Don't remember what number it was. Hey, Nick. What is it this time? You won't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? Here for the trial next door. Next door? How did you know this thing? They're having Detective Abby's trial today. Detective Abby? They said they're gonna try him as Mask to Mask. Already? That was fast. Well, I'd love to see Mask to Mask's trial. I know. Oh, where's Pearls? She went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore. I know you don't like me. Pearls has really got into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that isn't last year. Please, don't ignore me! Oh, Mr. Light. Good morning. No one likes me. No one would notice me even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a second. You don't mean you're the murderer? No, I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. Are these really poor? Now let's see. According to Mr. DeLite, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending to him to help him commit these heists. Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murderer, Nick? It's possible. Today's trial is a race against the clock. Well, how come? Let's just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. October 14, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 6. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. Defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready? Preparation is the last refuge of the weak. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godot. He's got the judge in the palm of his hand. Yet again. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. I'm gonna have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot. Ha! You need to get out more, Your Honor. Fight this war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. Whip! That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? Yes. Well, then let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Wow, Judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of the death was estimated at 1 a.m. of the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Very well, Mr. Godot. Please call your first witness. I never take more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. But the first one is always the best. Mr. Go, your witness? Okay, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself. The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does this have any objections? Maybe a bit of disadvantage having the defendant testify, but I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. Fuck that! I hate this guy! No! Objections! Okay, no. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. Ha! You got guts, trite. Alright, Mr. Ron Delight. Please take the stand with all your might. Alright? Sorry. You did it, didn't you? Yes. What? No! That's not true! Jeez. From over there, I thought we'd set the record for the shortest trial ever. Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making. And once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Ha! Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security? Well, it's kind of hard to say. Boy. Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. My visit to KB Security. Not even around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, in order for me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. "1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place. Flip! The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. Ha! It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny. You never know that from the way he's chugging it down. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please." 1 a.m., huh? You're actually sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering CA's office. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow, and my internal clock was also good. 1 a.m. That's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullet, was murdered, correct? Too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. It ordered you there? It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you got other blackmail letters then? Oh, of course. They say things like, steal this, or take that. Why don't you save those for later, Mr. Light? Please don't say any more. Now, what should I do? Press harder, leave. Well, always. Press harder. So what does the blackmail letter in question say? It said to bring $50,000. Money, eh? A perfect motive for committing murder. Oh, but... Wait! They were going to pay that money anyway. Oh, is that right? After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. Important point indeed. Let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. Ha! Muddy Mudskipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. The blackmail threat didn't scare me. It was going to cause me trouble. Wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Alright. Wait, was that? Okay, hold on. Okay, so that's the first one. Okay. So let's try this again. Where do we need to go there? Okay, let's... Alright, let's press this one. You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. Security chief? You? And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge? Pretty motive for murder, wouldn't you say? This isn't good. Maybe we should change the subject. Well, you're fired. Right. That's why you were fired from the job. Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay, I take it back. Defendant, please answer the question. Well, I need money. You need money? Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? My salary wasn't nearly enough. So I stole data from the company. Come again? KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was security team chief, I stole some data and sold it. Mr. Bullet found out and I was fired immediately. What?! You should never ask that. I was somehow able to keep it secret and made it seem like I had quit on my own. Listen, Nick, you don't look so good. Well, do you blame me? Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that. Sure told you. So you admit that you stole data from your company, is that correct? Yes. Oops, sorry. Let's start. This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. man. This whole thing just took a big turn for the worst, crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of light to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. He fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about it. Alright, let me go back to that one. Alright, yeah, let me go to this one. Really? Well, since you're making that you didn't tell Desi, I would assume she would be pissed off about it.
Objection!
Mr. Light, what you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been scared. Very scared. Of having a certain person find out your secret. A certain person. Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. What? I... Listen to me, my Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Doe! Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spinning habit for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about. Oh. No, everything's fallen neatly into place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that. Or you'll be sorry! Now it seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Clearly there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife and he killed to protect his secret. The only man who cared just a little too much. The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us. We're all ears. At the CEO's office. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there, dead. I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that Master Mask struck him on the head from behind. Of course, as Abby turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. Ha! No one's gonna believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I really was attacked! We'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Trite? Don't go easy just because he's your client. What? If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. Who's this suspicious shadow? Whoops. There was 1,000 of me, and even if one knew, I'd tell you, trust me. dodging all of our questions is not helping us in this case. Okay, then how was the victim Mr. Bullet at the time? What do you mean by how was he? Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he's the one who hit you in the head in the first place. Good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Forget it.
Hold it!
Your forehead. Yes, I was hit on the forehead as soon as I entered the room. It was an amazingly fast and powerful attack. Do you know anything about who hit you? Well, like I said, it was a fast and powerful hit. But I think I was a little dazed for a while. I don't think Mr. Light even grasped what you were asking. Yeah, I'd like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself. Maybe that would knock some sense back into him. If I had been wearing that, I would have been killed. Wear what?
Hold it!
That? Could you please clarify what you are referring to? My Master Mask costume, of course. Wait just a minute. Master Mask? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be able to say that I dress as Master Mask. And then I descended upon the office of CEO of KB Security. What? Nick, did you know about this? You never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. Seems your little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait. That's not right. You know how sometimes they just slip your mind? Ha! My 6th cup of coffee is staring at me coldly. Anyway, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony. I'd have been killed if I hadn't been wearing my Master Mask costume. Okay, let's press this then.
Hold it!
Why were you dressed up as Master Mask? Why? Because I'm Master Mask, of course. What are you talking about? Master Mask trial is being held next door. Ah, yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Master Mask issue. So I thought I should go ask him just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I expected. Took a lot longer? What are you talking about? Yeah, good question. What are you talking about? What do you mean by took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. My game got caught on the safe door, you see. Oh, lovely. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullet's body. What was that? Back up a second! Yes? You were the one that hid the body in the safe? Well, yeah. Inconceivable! What? Why? What reason could you... What were you thinking? Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine? What? The answer is simple. When they take them off. As usual, I have no idea what you're saying. Do you mean that Mr. Light hid the body because he's the murderer? Ha! So you're not as stupid as you look. His metaphor this time was really obscure. Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you? Well, yes. Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness, make sure you add this to your testimony. Yes, sir. Looks like a storm from is moving in over the fair weather judge. I think I can hit the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes. Wait, what? What about the buzzer thing, though?
Objection!
Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? And what might this be? The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, the security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m. Yeah, don't give me this 10-minute crap. I have the world record for the fastest cover! Woohoo! And you're right, he is always out of the loop. What? If Mr. Von Knight truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, security guard would have been heading his way.
Objection!
Ha! Let's remember who we're dealing with here. You probably had no idea there was security personnel in the building.
Objection!
Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as the chief of security. There's no way he would have known about them.
Objection!
But as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. Light could have known.
Objection!
Ha! Again, remember who you're dealing with here. Sure bet that Mr. Light didn't even notice the buzzer was going off.
Objection!
This buzzer's extremely loud. There's no way he could ignore something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious? What do you mean by that? Flip. Fine. Let's hear your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Light said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious? So he fainted? That's why Mr. Light didn't know that the buzzers had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what are you trying to say? Mr. Light was knocked out and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it can only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right. Whoever it was that knocked out Ron DeLight and then pressed the buzzer. Order in the court! Mr. Wright, this is...
Objection!
This is preposterous! It was this kid? Ron DeLight is the one who killed Dave Bullard.
Objection!
Then who pressed the buzzer? It was... the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when he then attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have had it held on long enough to push that button. Ah. So he selling the buzzer himself? What is your opinion on this, Mr. Wright? I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene. But how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kate Bullard who sounded the buzzer? I'm not ready yet! This opinion is this, Your Honor. This is the evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. The buzzer itself, right? No fingerprints on it. Boom!
Take that!
I believe this is the piece of convertible evidence you were looking for. The emergency buzzer? You some kind of clue on it? Absolutely not. Flip. Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth. The fact that there are actually no clues is itself the clue. Now I'm the one who's clueless. This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullet had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints behind.
Objection.
I always liked that one. That's one of my favorite things from Gadep. Ron Blunt obviously wiped them off.
Objection.
Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment. He touched that button. I know he did.
Objection.
The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Master Mask. And Master Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have had to wipe this button free of his fingerprints? Order, order, order! Ha! It would seem. What? I've been forced to eat crow. Wonder what blend number crow flavored coffee is. 7? I don't know. 9? And if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting extra danger? Look at this awkward silence all of a sudden! Ha! Looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're on you, Nick. Just give me a moment to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard at around 1 a.m. And Mr. Delight just happened to walk in when the murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. Delight and then looked down to the buzzer. Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed. Security was supposed to respond. Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well then. You got some guts. I like that in an opponent. Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer? They didn't mean to. Just called security to find out what it did. Alright, well, I don't think it would be this. I don't think it would be this. I would think it would be this to try to frame him, right? The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. Do you mean they say the killer called the guard on purpose? Yes. Although, as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time. Ha! What a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Ron Delight, who was out cold. And the third person, the real killer, who was obvious from the silhouette. Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Ron Delight. And if any security guards came running at that time, they would think that I was the murderer. Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Ron Delight for the murder. It would seem. Flip! I've been made to eat my words once again. I've actually been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one and only Master Mask, so... Nick, you mean the real killer is? I'm gonna drag that person here right now. But who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but I think about... The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity. And they also knew that he had been called to the KB security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard. Now then, let's hear you actually, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Ron Delight for the murder of Kane Bullard? It's obvious. It was Dickett Gumshoe! That's right, fuck him! Detective looked at me. He's the only one who could have done it. Ace Detective looked at me. You mean Master Mask did it? Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Master Mask at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard. Order, order! Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Death and murder. Which is the more serious crime? Not even close. Murder is the more serious crime, of course. The capital crime subject to a capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. Look at me confessed there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, Dave's detective was unmasked as, well, as Master Mask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of a grand larceny. That was his true objective all along. So he found guilty? Master Mask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Woodley Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Master Mask was Look At Me's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi. A guilty verdict as an alibi? You know, it's almost time. For what? For Look At Me's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial after all. If we're gonna stop this trial and stop that one, we need to do it now. Of course. That's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder. Mr. Look At Me's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were intrude and failed to provide adequate proof of this true crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal. Am I really sure about this? Huh. That's only good when your life's the end. Mr. Wright, I believe in you! Mr. Delight. So please, I'm begging you! Thanks. But my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix. What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. That voice, it sounds like... Mia? Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Ha! So that's your answer, huh? Very well. I decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Look At Me to the stand. Yes, Your Honor. October 14th, 11:58 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 5.
You thought you'd see the last of me. Well, Sir Detective Atme?
Hey. I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. Oh no, Sir Detective Atme. You were the one who... Meet our new judge. That's enough. This court sees no reason for further prolonging this trial. This court finds the defendant Lukaku.
Hold it!
Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please! Well, Sir Lawyer. Welcome to my courtroom. Who's this hoser, eh? That's right. Meet the Canadian judge, everybody. My name is Stephen Strider, attorney at law. And I wish to file an accusation against this man. Look at me.
Accusation? Lucas masked the mask?
That man is not masked to mask. He's just a ruthless murderer.
What?
To be continued. And we mean that in about 5 seconds. Let's continue. October 14, 12:14 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. My sis? I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So then she's still alive. Inside your heart.
Nicky boy!
Oh, Mr. Light. Is it true that Detective is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definitive proof. But he's the only one who could have done it. I mean, just watch and you'll see the strike come up. It's the only way. But was he as Lily Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Abby want to kill King Bullard? Good, it's almost time. Gotta get back to the courtroom. Find some solid proof. It's gotta happen sooner rather than later. October 14th, 12:21 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 6. Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Lugatney, please take the stand. Well, how do you do, Sir Leia? I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly. Couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Mask the Mask. I'm sorry, I'm afraid even the good Luke Acme has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could have known what's been going on in here. You've been in the finish all day long, correct? Being tried as Mask. Indeed. Shirley's child played the fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. So you continue to insist that you are in fact Mask to Mask? Of course. Very well then, Lugatney, let us begin with the simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., King Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time? Well, without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Thanks. Quit! Alright, Mr. Atney. The night of the murder, speak. We're all ears. As you wish, Sir Pressicado. I was sealing the urn as Mask the Mask, just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Mask the Mask was at the same time as the murderer. As the murder, excuse me. Since the main point of this discussion will be this photo of the crime scene. Anything else up until now, it was all part of his plan. There has... excuse me. There has to be a secret to this picture as well. Even the great Mask the Mask cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive. Unfortunately, Mr. Abbey, we still have to do your cross-examination. A fool is too foolish. A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool. Saying it directly by a certain Francisco von Carmen. I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. So, this photograph is approved, correct? Indeed it is. And the man in that photo is certainly wearing a mask. That is why I'm called Mask the Mask. But conveniently, that also means that there's no way to tell who this really is. What do you mean?
Objection!
Ha! Are you saying that this is not in fact Luke at me? But it could be an accomplice dressed up as Mask the Mask with an alibi. What an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice? Nah, give it up. The family wasn't killed during the murder. So the Mask the Mask in the picture has to be a fake. And there really was an accomplice. But right now, I have no idea who it was. I don't have any idea right now either. These suggestions are just what this guy wants. There's gotta be another way. And I'm gonna find it. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. I believe Agent Andrews hired you at one point. That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. You sent the calling card to Woodley Taylor 10 days ago, before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right? Indeed. There was no reason why I couldn't do both the jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see. You really are evil, aren't you? Yes, evil is what I am. Hey, Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Huh? Cincinnati was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the iron was stolen from Lord Lee Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he had no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. Yeah, it's true. It's kind of odd. I'll come back to this one. The time in which the camera captured Mask the Mask was the same time as the murder. About the camera that took the photograph. Oh, come now. It's all too clear what you're thinking. Huh? You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you? I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lord Lee Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lord Lee Taylor's staff that printed that picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that the picture could have been altered. I see. So I better find something else that could be suspicious. So, this alibi is false? Has to be. Well, he couldn't have killed Mr. Bullet at KB Security. But I'm not really spotting anything unusual. There are two possibilities. Either the mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is. Now let's press this one. So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here? That's correct. Indeed it is. That is it. The very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. Surely even you understand by now. Lord Lee Taylor provided that camera. There's no way I could have tampered with it. That means I could not have killed King Bullet unless I had an accomplice. Come on, think long and hard about that night. The basement warehouse in the picture that supposedly catches it. It's gotta be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture? You bet there is. How do you imply that this picture is a fake? You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. We took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place, and there's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night. Well, then let's hear what you have to say. What about this photo did you find funny? There's paint here. The funny part is right here. By this is a blood stain. Ah, blood! Now this keeps getting interesting. Not exactly. This thing is actually pink paint. Kinda hard to tell because it's black and white, but you get the idea. Oh, just paint. And peach colored is that. From blood to peaches. Judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. Turns out that something that should be there is now nowhere to be seen. Well, Mr. Wright, what is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains? This! Remember, it was covering the paint before. The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up face stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I myself was there the night the theft took place and saw the statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then that statue should have been there.
Objection!
But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting on the corner. Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally? Your Honor, this statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take it more than an accidental push to move it that distance. In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why the statue was moved that night? Can you do it, Nick? Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it? That was right. I hope you are prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime? I told you it was Gumshoe! It was fucking Gumshoe! Really? What I moved the statue is none other than Look at Me. Come now, Sedalia. There you go again on one of your strange delusions. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions? It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. That is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? Reason for moving the golden statue. Here's where our battle really begins. Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue? The reason can be found here in this photograph. Look at me, you pretended to be Master Mask. To create an alibi by showing you were at Woodward Taylor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would be exposed like cheap film at a drugstore. That is why you had to move the statue. Single fatal flaw? Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Because where in this picture does the lie exist? Look at the time, guys. 58:43 a.m.
Take that!
Naturally, the lie is in the 30s. It's the timestamp. What do you mean? I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke at me went to KB security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to have been at Woodley Taylor at this time. What does that have to do with the statue being moved? Remember, if you will, Your Honor. When was this statue placed beside the warehouse door? Well, the statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime. And it was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. Luke at me had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. And so in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place. What the? Of course, the statue hadn't yet been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. Ah! So on the day of the crime, Mr. Abney must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke at me had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He had to make the room match with the way it had been in his photo. Ah! Order, order! Mr. Atman, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? What's that? The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime. True that the camera had been set up by Woodley Taylor's staff. However, the program used to manage the data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. Ah! Order, order! Mr. Goodell, what is the meaning of this? Goodell, I warned you about making you wait. Now put the coffee down! My 11th cup. I promise to drink no more than 17 during a trial. Which means I'm still good to the last drop. Now, the defense has a very good point. A good point. So what? We are all but travelers on a road of infinite points. I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points. So you said this photograph was taken ahead of time? And that the statue was moved in order to make it match? A very interesting idea. There's one point that can't be denied. Which is... that it's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. That is very true. No, wait. Don't fall for that, Your Honor. Hey, Mr. Damask. Yes? And there's no funny business in your actions as Master Mask. There should be no problem with your telling us your strategy. Let's hear it. Yes, please provide this court with your testimony. About your plan to steal the sacred urn. The sacred urn heist. I first received the request from Lordly Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box in Zari. It was then sent to the warehouse. Since I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hand for the first time at 1 a.m. on October the 12th. Pretty much all stuff we've heard before, isn't it? Yeah, but we will find the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information he gave. Witness, you sure there are no mistakes this time? Sorry. Very well then. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. You were asked to guard the urn by Miss Andrews, right? Indeed. It seemed that they heard my Zvarkling's reputation. I think Miss Andrews is still attracting the weirdos. You better watch out too, Maya. You mean this box? Yes, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn. And she wouldn't let anyone enter the storeroom, not even me. Huh? Is So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before? Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. My security was focused entirely on the entrance to that warehouse. However, I, at least, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. You mean this calling card? That's right. That is without a doubt my calling card. Guess Mr. Light didn't make this after all. Of course, because that means he knew about the emblem. Taking this card, I think it would have been child's play for him. Then no one entered the basement warehouse. Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. And for a period of approximately 5 days, people were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. And this is the photo that proves that, huh? Indeed. To be honest, even if a photo was taken, I didn't think it would matter terribly much. And yet, the photo's a fake. Sir Dabney might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken. It's true. Now, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. If we can prove that he's lying there, we can wrap this up and put a bow on it. Get a good look, hard look at the court record. Not a lot to go on, is there? That detective's been covering his tracks. There's only one thing we need to prove in this cross-examination. And he took this photo well before the actual night of the crime. Alright then, how do we do that? One thing that Abby's seen very clearly. He had never seen the urn before he stole it. And to prove that, he's lying. Speckled urn, huh?
Objection!
Mr. Abney, if you really are Master the Mask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course. Is there a problem with the calling card? Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Master Mask had written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now the speckled here. Clearly refers to these pink patterns on the sacred urn, right? Yes, it's true. So what? Truth be told, there is no way Master Mask could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? But this pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains? And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor. I'm not finding this joke very funny, Mr. Trite. The day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error. Or should I say an error card human. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn. You can't be serious. And yet this calling card clearly misses the paint pattern. Which means Detective Abney had seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. And that he saw it when this fake photo was taken. And because this photo is a fake, your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water. Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself? Alright, that did it. He's broken. Nick? I think it's still a little early for a victory pose. Huh? Ha! So sad. No one has any conviction these days. Conviction? Conviction, you said? Yesterday we all decided unanimously that this man was Master Mask. And now we're calling him a murderer? You don't think we're being a tad fickle? But that's a good point. No, wait! Don't fall for that too, Your Honor! You say that Luke Acme was the one who killed King Bullard. So let me ask you this. Why would he do that? An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright. Motive. What do my merry murderous motive manifest?
He's getting a second wind. If he prepared an ally and pinned his crime on Ron Delight, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder. The only one with any motive we've seen is Ron Delight. Isn't that right, Detective? Indeed. According to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were. I'd be honored to, Sir Otema. Do everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. Look at me! I had no point of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Master Mask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote that blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. And it was then again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Master Mask. That is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill King Bullard. Truly a tragedy. So the victim, King Bullard, blackmailed the defendant? This is the blackmailer found in the defendant's apartment. Handwritten test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter. But what? Blackmailer update in the court record. Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination. And who in the world is going to prove that? I will. After doing a thorough background check with Detective Atney and King Bullard, we were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report. Has they were connected through their work? They were both involved in security. Nope. That was blunt. In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. Delight. Mr. That's right. Mr. From the Old Norse mistaka, meaning to take an error. That wasn't what I meant. It's who did the victim mistake Master Mask to be? Why, the answer is obvious. Ron Delight, of course. I would like to wipe that smug look off this guy's face. Ah, what the hell? Press harder. Why would the victim mistake the defendant for Master Mask? But you already know that. Yeah, but I want to hear it from your mouth. Fine. Take a look at this newspaper. That's the famous Tear of Emanon, the magnificent jewel. That photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard, namely the defendant. The defendant? The victim clearly misread the article and sorry. He got the wrong impression. The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact Master Mask. I see. That was an unusually reasonable deduction. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. Where's that letter? I want to use it. Not that one. That one. Precious gem, the tier and priceless. That doesn't look red to me. That red diamond you received? Why don't I ask you a few questions to Judge Diamond? Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's alright. When you say that this letter was addressed to Rhonda Light, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. Contradiction? I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that. They want to talk. At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior? Indeed, time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. Like I mentioned. Gotta find the thing again. What the fuck is this thing? No, not that. God damn it, where is this thing? No, not that. This one? Nope, not that one. I can't find the thing. Where is it? Camera data. There we go. Yeah, that's it. That was a picture, not a photo. Sorry about that. Take a look at this newspaper clipping. That ain't red. It's a picture of the Tear of Emerald, the stolen jewel. What about it? Probably is the jewel's color. Color? I'm not much for discussing color myself. According to this clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. Red? Which means the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the Tear Emerald the Master Mask stole at all.
Objection.
And your point is, Mr. Trite? So you're trying to say that this blackmail letter was intended for someone else? That is what you're trying to say, right, Trite? That is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright? Well, is that what you're trying to say? Right, Nick? Yes. This is who K-Bullet was actually blackmailing. Why is this kind of an interesting case? He was actually blackmailing Ruth. Naturally, it was you, Detective, got me. Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You have been personally involved in every single Master Mask case. And in the last case, you recovered what was stolen. And received a jewel as your reward. A jewel? Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. The red diamond ring. That is the diamond referred to in this letter. Which means that K-Bullet wrote that letter in order to blackmail you! Ah! Order in the court! Order, I say! Whip. Seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Trite. I don't like the way you said that. K-Bullet blackmailing Luke Acme? Are you for real? Yes, I am. Come on, stand up to him. Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world, it certainly does. King Bullet threatened to make Look At Me's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity? Amy killed King Bullet because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret? That's what it all comes down to, Nick. The identity that Look At Me wanted to definitely keep secret was his identity as an ace detective. Mask the Mask. A blackmailer. Abby was a blackmailer, guys. Look At Me was a blackmailer.
Objection.
Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that King Bullet was the one blackmailing Look At Me. Are you saying that Abby was blackmailing someone else on top of that? You have to admit, that does sound a little odd. Not odd. It's the only thing that makes any sense. King Bullet was blackmailing Look At Me. But Rhonda Light was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So did you start receiving blackmailers after the incident? Yes, just a few days after the imminent heist. After that, I started getting plans in the mail. I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. Detailed plans? In which case, that would mean that Rhonda Light was actually Mask the Mask. That is what we were claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Look At Me. Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear. What is? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless with the tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong? How you? You said that I Look At Me was blackmailing Rhonda Light. In which case, I would naturally know all about his relation to Mask the Mask. Well, yes. Rhonda Light started receiving plans from the second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed the first crime. Good point. You really couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. Whip! In that case, let's see some hot and bitter evidence. During the first crime, how did Look At Me know that Rhonda Light was Mask the Mask? You're in the clipping. Whoops. You do that first, then do that. I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mystery trying to be the center of attention. What do you mean? This newspaper clipping. That's a picture of you and Rhonda Light in the guard uniform. Seems like Mask the Mask didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and just hid it in the bucket. That sounds far too stupid to be true. Correct. Tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figured it out, Miss Travis. That's when you learned that under his mask, Mask the Mask was really Rhonda Light. What the? Was he supposed to be Mask the Mask? Not only that, it looks like he was even an ace detective. Can't believe it. He was just a slimy blackmailer. What a fraud. Trying to pass himself off as an ace detective. How dare you expose me like that? I mean, I never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective, and also mask the mask. Why can't you understand that? I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity. But why, you? How dare you damn players! I say none of you can bear your deeds really just. So go into the center every day, come in there, there, nothing can have blackmail murder threats. Get away with all of it. It's enough to make one laugh. It would seem we finally arrived at the real answer. That was quite a performance by Mr. Abney. Bailiff, please prepare a cell for Mr. Atney.
Objection!
And for fuck's sakes. The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling. Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge. You don't get much more in your face than that. It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trite. What do you... It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Mutaki was a filthy blackmailer. And that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder. That's right. That's why he's the one who killed Mr. Bolt. But... still one thing you have yet to prove. What's that? Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was at KB security, then a verdict can be delivered. No way! Order on the court. Well, Mr. Wright. This is it. This is the final round. I gotta prove that Abney was at Mr. Bullock's office on the night. But can you really prove that? It's long enough, Mr. Trite. I want to hear your answer. I know who Abney was at KB Security in defense. I can't prove shit! Let's see. Alright, so let's think about this. So now we're saying that we know he was there. You saw the silhouette, right? So we know we can prove it. But can you prove it right now? No. Not yet. I can't prove it. Just as I thought. But did we hear more Detective Abney's testimony?
Objection!
For fuck's sakes. Unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Trite. What do you mean? I won't allow for any more testimony. That's what I mean. What? Have you forgotten? Mutaki is here after we interrupted his own trial. And you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial. And face his guilty verdict as mask to mask. No. Well, now, Sylvia, it seems the lump went out in the end after all. I am the ace detective as well as mask to mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ronda Lights will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Order in the court! It's enough deliberation over this witness. I can't believe this. At this rate, Ron is... Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence and... By then it'll be too late. Huh? Why? Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law. Double jeopardy. Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts, and it applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Mr. Abney will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as masked the mask, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Kane Bullard is concerned. No way! The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Abney's guilt of that crime here is that he will never again be tried as Kane Bullard's murder. Wah! Seen that face before. Nothing I can possibly do to win. Even if I was proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer, Luke Acme, will go free. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. And as long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare that there will be no further questioning of this witness. Are there any objections? And I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Acme.
Objection!
I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year. I support hearing it often makes mistakes as a result. How did you... Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. The voice. No way! Long time no see, Fix. Mia! This is the true power of the terrain channeling technique. I know that it really is Maya who's standing before me. But right now, she's my mentor, Mia Fey. Now, let's do this. But there's nothing more we can do, Mia. Without any more judgment, I can't cross-examine. Not yet. History's not over yet. What do you mean? Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Yes, it's true, but... Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after that last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks. But now, Sir, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. I am the ace detective as well as Master Mask. My verdict will verify that. Mrs. Ronda will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Yes, but these guys appear to have no importance whatsoever. Very well. Then we shall prove their importance by a cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we in the defense assert our right to question them. Is that alright with you, prosecutor? Is something the matter, Mr. Godot? Ah, nothing. Oh, Sir Lawyer, it looks like you're one step too late. If you think such falsehoods will do anything to me, look at... Let's hear it. Huh? It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. Mr. Godot, what are you... Very well then, Mr. Look at me. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks. The defense would like to hear why you declared the defendant to be the true murderer. So please give us one last bit of testimony. Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance. Yes, Chief. The last testimony. Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lord Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I hadn't known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph ready. My brain deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. And thanks to this keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his Mask the Mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And the blackmail letter? The victim lightly just mistook the color of the blue. Sorry! Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy. This testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. Witnesses' earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All these points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything. But of course. But, how did you know about the emergency buzzer? Police investigation documents went directly through me. And I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer. Are you going to make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer? I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. We cannot postpone Luke Abbey's trial any longer. This is your last chance. Hang on a second, just one chance? Ha. Seems like the party's about to begin. Well, Phoenix, there isn't any evidence that contradicts with that testimony. So it would seem. What do you mean, so it would seem? Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it. Whip! Cup number 17. The last cup. Seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial. I have to find a fatal contradiction in this testimony. And I need to point it out without presenting evidence. Which means all I can do is find the contradictory remark and press it. Remember, you only get one chance. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination. Okay. These two cases, this one and the next one, get a little annoying because of this little restriction here. So, out of everything that Luke goes, you have to only press one of them. If you press any of them, you get a penalty. It fucking blows. That's what I hate about this case and the third case. Because if it's gonna be something around there, you're gonna have to do it for that one too. That one's even a little even more finicky than this one. Alright. So let's see if we can figure out what this is. Okay. It is true that I was not Willie Taylor. We know that's true, so nothing to press there. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. Maybe, but I can't really press it. I hadn't known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph ready. We know that one's true. That's 3. Fourth one. My brain deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. Or because it was in the newspaper clipping, so nothing there. And thanks to that keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. Again, obvious there. I was also able to make the deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once, which we know is true. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Well, we know that's true because it didn't have any fingerprints on it. The victim would have left prints if he sounded, which means the killer shouted it. True. Mr. Delight was wearing his Master Mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. We'll come back to that one. And the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Maybe. Right, therefore all the evidence points to that poor boy. How did you know he was wearing the Master Mask outfit? Miss Johnny, about this last remark.
Objection!
You still don't get a D, trite. This isn't time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. I only pressed him once! I would say you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot. What? Mr. Abnett, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CA's office on the night of the murder. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Abnett? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his Master Mask outfit. Is that correct? Indeed, that's what I said. My deduction, you're absolutely foolproof. More likely your deduction proves that you're a fool. I'm sorry, whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. When exactly did we learn the fact that Ron Delight was dressed as Master Mask when he went to the scene of the crime? That was, it was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare. Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. That's right. The defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should know this are those who have been watching this trial. Do you understand now, Detective Abnett? There's no way that you should have known about that! Hey! You were in the next court being tried as Master Mask. So then enlighten us. Just how did you know about that piece of information? Well...
Objection!
Come on, this detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand.
Objection!
And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his Master Mask outfit. There's one and only one way for Detective Abnett to have found that out. Only one way, you said. Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. For a second, my client witnessed the real...
Objection!
But Mr. Delight never saw his attacker. So there's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Lee Gatsby. It's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head. Just what are you implying? Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around, stands to reason that the real killer had also seen Ron Delight. Impossible. Detective Abnett, you saw Master Mask at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullitt and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. Here we go, guys. The breakdown. Take a good look, everyone.
Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. Same one you gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. What an awfully complicated incident. King Bullet was blackmailing Luke Atney, who was in turn blackmailing Ron DeLite. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atney tried to frame Ron DeLite. He then claimed to be guilty as Master Mask in order to escape his true crime. And to that end, he came up with this plan. He used the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth. Excuse me. I can perfectly close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of murderer. Don't ignore me! Oh. I didn't realize you were there. Why would he be? About the verdict. I know. He never committed any murder. That's right. So glad you understand that, but... I really am Master Mask! Huh? So, thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What was it you said? Double jeopardy? Now you mention it. I've been careless. Careless? What do you think, Mia? As it says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. So he can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was once found innocent. Then, Master Mask really innocent? It would seem so. For now. For now. Now then, this court finds the defendant not guilty. Let the confetti fly! Well, this is really lucky. Wait, this is so good after all. You see, the thing is, I still am Master Mask after all. September 14, 3:35 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. You did it, Phoenix. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? And it's because Maya doesn't call me much these days. Oh? I'm just judging Phoenix. Don't think anything so seriously. On the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days. Thinking about becoming the master of the Korean channeling school. Becoming the master and saying goodbye to our mother. She's her, right? Watch over her. Will you, Phoenix? Of course. Well then, see you around. Yeah. Ah, Mr. Wright! I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. Light. Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though. Now that all this... Oh, come on, just be happy already. Maya. You've been cleared of murder charges and got off a Master Mask to boot. In exchange, I lost everything. Huh? What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming Master Mask. You did it all for one reason, for her. I mean, your wife, Desiree. She hates criminals more than anything. Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she? She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but... Once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have had any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure. So that's why you became Master Mask.
Yes. It's all over now. A broken bowl can never be put back together. It's not true, right, Nick? Right. Really? Can we go back to the way things were? We'll be fine, and Nick can prove it. I can? Don't you check with me on these things first, Maya. Even if a bowl is broken, there's always a way to put it back together. Young. Has to be. The Sacred Urn. Desi was the one who found this. Desiree, your wife. She always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. Ah, there you are. Miss Light. You did it, Ronnie. You innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that, but, I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you quit KB Security. Never imagined that you were really Master Mask, either. It's like, what are you going to do now that you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Oh, come on. It's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast that there's no way he could ever get away. But did you say that you hated criminals? Hmm? Oh, I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. I'm a detective. I see. My writing went and declared these crimes before he committed them, like a man. I just love a man who's so chivalrous. Chivalrous? I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with the thrills and excitement. Desi. Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you? Pinky boy. Yes? Really glad I asked you to save my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Well, take care of yourself. And when this thing goes sour, call me. Wait, what? You too, Nicky boy. Feel my face going red. Mr. Nick, Mr. Maya, congratulations! Talk about bad timing. Mr. Nick, how could you? What about his wife? You put Mr. Maya! No, you got it all wrong. I'll never forgive you. Never, ever! Well, he's down for the count again. So just as the case came to close, so too did my consciousness. Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together. But I know that's not true. I mean, just look. Here's a perfect example of the one that was put back together even better than before. Aww. Episode 2, The Stolen Turnabout. The end. Ooh, look at Maya in that little outfit being a waitress. The other has been added. Alright. Episode 3, Recipe for Turnabouts. So, that is going to do it for me tonight, guys. We have finished Case 2. Next Monday, we will return to Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations for Recipe for a Turnabout. Pretty cool case. I actually do like this case a lot. My only real beef with that case is the last part of getting Ron off with Luke Abney's testimony. Being you can only press one time during that whole thing. It's really dumb. I'm sorry, it really is. And then we have one more case, like I mentioned before, when it comes to the filler cases. And then the good stuff begins. Case 4 and Case 5 are really, really good for everything. So, the next time we'll be live is tomorrow. I don't know, ironic to say that. Kind of weird streaming three nights in a row for a change. So tomorrow night we will go back to Lost Judgment, where we will go ahead and investigate Girls Bite, and hopefully taking care of the last case when it comes to these full stories with everything. And then Monday, like I mentioned, we'll be back to this, and the next time after that will be Friday again, because Wednesdays, which is Final Fantasy Day, we're going to have to put on hold because we got to do a lot of grinding in that. And unless you want to see me grinding for about 8 hours or so, it's really not going to be a good stream. So let me know if that ever changes, guys. If you want me to grind, I can definitely do so. But otherwise, I'll probably just be grinding off screen until you guys say otherwise. Until then, special thanks to Winter Soldier, special thanks to Dom, all the lurkers that did come out with everything, very appreciated. So I do want to say, be kind to yourself, be kind to your families. It's very appreciated. We'll see you next time. Good night. Good gaming. Take care, everyone.